Hello, good evening everyone. Today we are going to discuss one question which is very important in point of view of understanding the receipt and payment account, subscription account, balance statement of financial account for non-profit organization. Okay, so in this video we are going to learn and solve the questions which is related to your igcse club accounting. So in this question, the question is in front of you. So what you have to do, first of all, you have to understand the basic things which they are going to ask you, like the financial year for the AS Sports Club is ended on 30 September. In addition to provide sporting facility, the clubs also sell sportswear to the members. So this is their additional business they are going to run with their non-profit organization. No inventory is held as all goods are bought and sold in order to on the cash basis. Okay, that's this information is not required here. So the treasurer provide the following information: the equipment at the cost is itna 22,000, provision for the depreciation, subscription owing by members 6,000. Okay, then insurance prepaid was given to you. This accumulated fund, you have to find it out. So these all are your opening balance. Okay, because 1st October, okay, and your year ended on 30 September. So these all your opening balances. Okay, and again there is a receipt and payment account also. So receipt and payment account, this is your opening balance of your bank, and because 760 is in the debit side, it means this is your bank overdraft. It means it's your liability, current liability. Okay, after that there are some information here, but first we have to find out the subscription account, because in first part they ask you to calculate the subscription account for the year ended. So it's up to you, either you want to prepare like this statement basis, or you can prepare subscription account on the basis of the format. It means format basis. So how you're going to prepare the subscription account? So the first thing is subscription account. Okay, so first thing you need to know, you have to write down the balance brought down and the balance carried down. Of what? Of owing. So first we have to find out the opening balance of owing and the closing balance of owing. Okay, so here the subscription owing by the members 600 is given to you. This is your opening balance, so you can write here 600. Okay, and now find out your closing balance. So these balances are closing, but in the first part it was given because 30 September information was there, so this everything is related to the closing balance. Subscription owing by the member amounted 240, so 240 is your closing balance. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to write down balance brought down and this side balance carried down. So balance brought down, now what is this? You have to write the opening balance of prepaid, or you can say advance. So is there any opening value of subscription in advance? No, but the closing value of subscription prepaid by member is 180, so you have to write 180 here. There is no opening value. Okay, after that, from the receipt and payment account, what is the subscription received during the year? It is given here 12,540. So you can write receipt and payment account 12,540. So when you're going to add 12,540 and 240, and then deduct this 600 and 100. Whatever the balancing figure you are having, you have to show it like this: income and expenditure account, that is your 12,000. Okay, so this is your balancing figure. How you calculate this 12,000? 12,540 plus 240 minus 600 minus 180, then it is your final amount which you're going to transfer in your income and expenditure account. So this is your answer for A part. Moving forward, in the B part, they ask you to prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 30 September 2017. It means they want you the closing balance, means the income and expenditure for the year ended 30 September 2017. For the income and expenditure account, first of all, you're having a clear version like what is your income, what is your expenditure. So what is your income? The foremost thing is your subscription. So subscription you already calculated in the previous slide, which is 12,000. So you have to write it here. In the apart from the subscription, there is profit on shop. How are you going to calculate the profit on shop? Because in this it is clearly said that purchase of sportswear is 2410, okay, and the sale of sportswear is 3510. So it means if you purchased a sportswear which is 2410 and you sold it out for 3,510, it means you're having a profit. Okay, after deducting this, whatever the amount you're having, that's your profit, and your profit is 3,510. This is your revenue, and purchase, you have to deduct a purchase, that is your 2410. It means 1,100. Okay, so this is your total income, 13,100. After that, you have to deduct your expenditure. So from where you got your expenditure? From your receipt and payment account. So equipment is not your expenditure, it's your assets. This is also not. Rates and insurance. Okay, for that you need to know this thing. What if there is any expense? Okay, and if there is any expenses, for example, expenses having opening value, expenses can be your expenses can be your advance and outstanding. So you can say like prepaid expenses you are having, and you're also having your owings. Okay, so prepaid also having the opening balance as well as the closing balance, and same opening balance as well as the closing balance. Okay, so now what you have to do, just remember this thing. Okay, what is the thing? Prepaid is your advance. So what you have to do, you have to just deduct the prepaid is your advance, okay, and the closing balance of that prepaid you have to deduct it from your expenses. and the opening balance of your prepaid, you have to add it. Okay, and the owing is your liability. That's why the closing balance of your owing, you have to add it, and the opening balance of your owing, you have to deduct it from where? From your expenses. Okay, the same scenario we are going to use for our expenditure, which is rates and insurance. So in this question, look at here, the rates and insurance is 1500, but there is something related to the rates and insurance in the question. Okay, what is that? Insurance prepaid is 60. Okay, insurance prepaid is 60. So insurance prepaid and opening balance 60, and our expense, that is rate and insurance is 1500. So what you have to do, you have to just add 1500 plus 60. Now you came to know like why I am saying like 60 you have to add, because it's your opening balance. And from where you get to know like this is your opening or a closing, it is clearly mentioned in the question. These all information is related to the 1st October, and 1st October is your opening balance. Okay, so in the statement, what you have to do, you have to add that. Okay, 1500 plus 60. That is your 1560. Okay, because this is expense, we have to deduct it. After that, what else in the, we are having expense on opening day, but here is a receipt of opening day is also given to us, so we have to deduct this 5250 4180, and then whatever the amount we are having, we have to transfer it in our income and expenditure account. Okay, so we have to write expense on open day, that is 1070. Okay, and how are you going to calculate it? 5250, it is your expense, and the receipt is 4180. Okay, now other expenses we have to record it. Next is rent, and after that general expense. There is no adjustment related to that, so we can copy it directly. Okay, so rent is 2640, and your loan, oh sorry, not loan, your general expense, that is general expense is 2840, and the rent is 1800. Okay, after that you have to record your loan also. Loan is 5%. So what is your loan? Loan is 10,000 in the question, so 7,000 in the question. So what you have to do? 7,000. Where it is 7,000? It is mentioned here. Here, bank loan. Okay, so this 7,000, and in the adjustment, second point, they told you loan interest 5% was outstanding. Okay, still outstanding. Okay, so you have to pay that. Okay, and they ask you they told you like this is your outstanding, means it's your liability. Okay, so loan is 7,000, so 7,000 into 5% you have to do. 7,000 into 5% is your 350. You have to write it down 350 here. And what else you have to write? Depreciation on equipment. So what are your depreciation amount? What is your equipment? So equipment is 22,000. Okay, 22,000, and and this 22,000, another equipment you purchase, that is 8,000. So 22,000 plus this 8,000 is 30,000, and the rate of equipment is depreciation is 20%. So depreciation on equipment 30,000 into 20%, that is 6,000. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to solve this question. You have to add 13100 and then deduct this all amount, all expenditure. If you're having a positive value, it means it's your surplus. If you're having a deficit, if you're having a negative value, it means it's your deficit, because here we got a deficit, negative value, it means it's a deficit in this question. Okay, now in the next question they ask you to prepare the financial position. So how you going to prepare the financial position? First of all, you have to record your assets. Okay, so in your assets you're having a non-current assets 30,000, equipment, and 10,000 accumulated depreciation, that is 10,400. How this depreciation came? Okay, this depreciation means 6,000. We calculated it na, 6,000, and already it is in the question, provision for depreciation of equipment, that is 4,400. So 6,000 and plus 4,400, so your equipment is 30,000. In 30,000 you have to deduct your accumulated depreciation, which is your 4,400 plus your 6,000, it means 10,400 in total. So your total amount is 19,600. Okay, then this is your non-current assets. Then you have to write current assets. In current assets you are having subscription in advance. So subscription is given to you, that is your 240. So your total income is 900 and 840. 1900 and 840. Okay, then you have to record your liabilities. In liabilities, first of all you have to record your accumulated fund, and the question is how you going to calculate your accumulated fund, because in your question they are not going to provide you the opening balance of accumulated fund. They mark this question mark here. So how you going to calculate it? You have to do debit minus credit. Okay, so what you're going to do, just look at this. Okay, debit, this is 22,000. Okay, so the 22,000, now deduct this. Okay, debit, you know this is your debit balance. Okay, this is your credit balance, next is your debit balance. So you have to calculate it wisely. Okay, when you're going to calculate it, then your accumulated fund will be like 11,870. Okay, now in this you have to deduct your deficit, which is 320. Okay, so your accumulated fund is 11,550. After that, your non-CL. So what is your non-CL? Bank loan was there, directly 7,000, you have to write it down. Okay, in the current liability you are having bank loan interest, that is your, you calculated it right, your bank interest is 350. Okay, so loan interest is 350, so you have to write it down here, 350. Then you are having subscription prepaid, So you have to write it down here 180, and then bank code D, and bank code D is how much? 760. So after adding all the value, your asset side and your liability side should be equal. Okay, now the thing you have to keep in your mind is your subscription. Okay, because subscription is your income. Okay, and advance and owing. Now advance is your current liability and owing is your current assets. Okay, so keep this thing in your mind. And in income and expenditure account, because you are going to prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 30 September, so means you are not going to use the opening balance of that. Okay, so in the income and in the financial position, you only need to record the subscription, advance, the closing value. Okay, in current liability and in current assets, what you have to write down? Subscription, owing, closing balance. Okay, so I think this much is clear to you all. Hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe. If you have any problem, I'm happy to help you out. Thank you.